Hi guys, I'm Dr. Jenny White, a dentist in Sarasota, Florida, and her fearless patient Susan with our podcast, Open Wide, Unfiltered Opinions Between a Dentist and Her Patient. Over the past 25 years or so, I've been sitting in a little room talking to myself all day, and I've gained a lot of wisdom through that process, which I want to share with you. We hope our podcast casts optimism and fearlessness to you so you can rise to the top, stay at the top, and dream bigger than you've ever imagined. So, Susan, for today's soup du jour, we have a really fun blast from the past, the 7-word game. Woo!
Whoa!
This is an exciting little game Susan and I came up with where we have 7 topics written on little pieces of paper in a cup. And I'll be honest with you, I forgot the cup, so we don't have the cup. And then we just decided to nix the papers. So we've got 7 concepts. Yep, we're winging it. We'll throw a topic out and then we'll chat about it and see where this takes us. Oh, Lord, where it takes us. All right. So who's going to go first here, Susan? What do you think?
You can go first, and then whatever one you choose, I'll follow along with it. You want to do that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's get this party started. What do you say? Okay. Number 1. And I don't know why there was that awkward pause.
Thank God we have Nate. Nate can tighten it up for us.
Nate, we love you, Nate. Nate's our editor. He's in New York. We think he exists, but we never really see him. So we think he's a real person.
He's in Philadelphia, isn't he?
Possibly. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, what 3 things would I bring to a deserted island? This one's pretty easy for me. Tom, BHT Tom, better have Tom, my iPhone, and my earbuds. Now, I also have a 4th item that I would like to throw out there. It'd be my cordless Dyson because I love a clean environment. So I'm sure the deserted island will be sandy. So I'm going to need a vacuum cleaner. So I would like to bring my cordless Dyson, but that's 4 things. And then I have another one, homemade chocolate chip cookies, if I can bring those too. Anyway, so what 3 things would I bring to a deserted island? I'd bring 5 things, okay? Tom, my iPhone, my earbuds, a cordless Dyson, and homemade chocolate chip cookies. What say you, Suze?
Okay, so it turns out that my favorite TV shows are Naked and Afraid and Alone. Okay, those. So you know what the premise of those are? That you go into the middle of these wooded areas or deserted islands, and you get dropped into place, and you have to fend for yourself.
Right.
Naked and Afraid is particularly interesting because you literally have no clothes on. Alone, you have clothes on. But so I know what to bring. Okay, like I know you're supposed to bring a ferro rod to make fires, and like I know you should have a tarp or a space blanket. You need a hatchet. You need a pot, and I would need suntan lotion because of my Irish skin. So those are the things I would bring. However, you'll be interested to know this, that I found a note on my notes the other day when I was looking for something else. It was dated July 2022. So, that was some time ago, right? And this is the title of it. On a deserted island, you will need, okay, listen to this. You're going to love this. Tweezers. Because God knows when I get found, I don't want to look like Colonel Sanders at the end with the chin hairs, okay? So tweezers, nail clippers, earplugs or eardrops, Excedrin, Tylenol, hair color, because again, God knows I don't want to get found with my grays all showing, suntan lotion, a washcloth, and this is where Dr. Jenny White comes into my life day in and day out. Listed on this list, my mouth guards. I am not kidding you. July 2020. Well, okay, the bigger question is, what the hell did I make a list like that for? I mean, really, seriously, why do I have this list? I don't know. But these are the things I'm bringing if I go on a deserted island.
We were in the middle of COVID during that time. You were probably down and out, and you were like, I'm going to the island.
My God.
That reminds me, Susan, when we had a hurricane coming towards us at some point, I forget the name, whatever storm it was, somebody said to me, the only thing that's going to float in your home is your dishwasher. everyone's so out of their minds during this as the storm gets closer and closer and the spaghetti models are coming at you and coming at you and coming at. In my dishwasher, I had like one Ugg boot, not even the pair, just one Ugg boot. I had some financial papers. I had some random jewel. I mean, it was just insane. You were probably going insane during COVID. That's where that list came
obviously
from.
something crazy happened for sure because I have a list.
Wow.
What to grab in an emergency if I have to go to a deserted island. But yeah, is that hilarious or what?
It is. There's so many more things you could bring. Second thing in our 7-word game here is the comfort go-to entree for you. And I'm going to have you go first on this one, and I'll be right behind you.
So I was thinking about this question, and I remember one time when I was a kid, maybe 10, 11, 12, something like that. I thought to myself, if I ever get interviewed by somebody, when I become famous, and it turns out
Right now.
yeah, exactly. So my threshold for famous is very low, as you can see. And they asked me the question of what is your favorite food? My answer will be egg salad sandwiches.
Oh!
This was when I was a kid, okay? Now, I still like egg salad sandwiches, but my go-to comfort food would probably now be like lobster mac and cheese, something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So my go-to is the white mac and cheese.
Oh,
All
okay.
day. All day. I don't care what kind of shells. Just creamy, and it's got to be the white. It can't be the yellow.
Okay.
That yellow kind of reminds me of like I'm eating
Yeah,
rubber bands or
Velveeta.
something.
Well,
or
Velveeta when we were
Velveeta.
kids. Yeah.
Space food,
No,
something
it's
like
true,
that.
yeah.
But it was a tight race for me because that and then also homemade chocolate chip cookies. If I can get the batter in the oven and not eat all the batter,
Yeah.
oh, homemade chocolate chip cookie. When you break them apart and
Yeah,
the
and they're
chocolate
gooey.
just
Yeah.
goes whoop. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
That's like a comfort dog. Instead of most people have comfort dogs, you've got comfort chocolate chip cookies.
Hey, I don't have to take my cookies out at 3 a.m. to let them go to the bathroom. All right. What about, and I would really love it if our audience chimed in and sent us a note on some of their answers to these questions.
That'd be fun. And we could read them at a future podcast.
Oh, I'd love to read them on the air. Okay. People pet peeves. What comes to mind? People pet peeves.
I don't like it when people don't listen. That really drives me crazy. I hate people who are rude to wait staff and service staff. That drives me crazy. Yeah, so those are probably the two biggest for me.
We have one in common because a person that feels like they're entitled.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
Yeah.
And then my other one is a lazy person.
Yeah.
I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Oof. I think so. We have one in common. You were the not being listened to, not being heard. That was one for you. And then also, I think we share the entitlement one.
Yeah.
I had laziness in the entitlement one. All right. Let's jump to when you've had one heck of a day, you're stressed out, you want to turn the boob tube on and watch something that just calms you down. Mindless calming down. What comes to mind?
Well, this changes over the decades, right? Because I used to love Gunsmoke because what was her name? Miss Kitty. I used to like her a lot. And so anyway, so things changed. So now I'm on to Love is Blind. Have you watched this show?
I
Love
have
is Blind?
not.
Okay,
No.
you got to watch it. It's hilarious. And it's now in very different countries. So Love is Blind Brazil, Love is Blind France, Love is Blind United States. So basically what it is they have like 12 women and 12 men who for 2 weeks date, but they don't ever see each other. So they date in these pods where you can hear each other, you can ask each other questions and get to know each other without seeing them physically. So the premise is, can you fall in love with somebody without seeing them, being physically attracted to them? Can you fall in love with their heart, right? So this is where I'm at now. Like I'm binge watching Love is Blind, and it's fascinating human psychology because it turns out you can like fall in love with somebody who you don't necessarily see until after you decide you're going to be engaged. This is the other thing. You get engaged at the end. It's 2 weeks. Then you get engaged.
Oh.
Then you go on vacation together. Then you live together. And then you get married. You actually go to the altar. And at the altar, you can say, yes, I'm going to marry you, or no, I'm not going to marry you. So it's like a a whole thing.
How long is the process from being
I
the
think it's
pod
6
to
weeks.
we're married?
I think it's 6 weeks.
Wow, that's
6
pretty
or 8 weeks.
fast.
Yeah, something very fast. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
But I like that because you would think the relationship would be a stronger bond if you got past all the superficiality and you got right to the soul of the person.
Right. So that happens
That's what you're falling in love
first.
with.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
I like
exactly
that.
right. Yeah, yeah. So not surprisingly, some of them work out, some of them don't. But it's an interesting sort of experiment in human psychology. So that's my latest binge right now. Yeah.
So I have two. Actually, I have three. Have you heard of America's Test Kitchen?
No.
America's Test Kitchen, they talk about what is the best way to champagne saber a bottle of champagne. What is the best spatula to use for nonstick cookware?
What channel is that? What?
I think it's just on regular TV, but I'm not familiar. Like I
okay.
just turn my TV on and boom, it's there.
Okay.
So America's Test Kitchen is absolutely fascinating. Best mac and cheese, best way to make this, what to do with your knives, how to sharpen your, like all these insanely informative tips that we don't have time for, we don't think about, or we
I'll
just
have to
shove it in
find
the back
that.
door.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that show.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I go to calm down is This Old House.
Oh yeah, that's a great one, especially This Old House with Bob Vila. I love that one. Yeah.
That's my favorite. How to take a Victorian and we're going to take the siding and we're
Yeah.
going to make the kitchen floor. I mean, it just Bob, take me away.
Yeah.
He is my Calgon.
Yeah.
Like,
Is he still
honestly.
on the latest versions of the show?
No.
You're talking about the early
No,
show.
no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
The
yeah.
early ones are the best.
Right. Yeah.
I also loved the series Grace and Frankie
Yeah.
with Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin.
Lily Tomlin. Yeah.
I love that one too. Just
Yeah.
mindless,
Yeah.
whatever.
Relatable, fun
Yes.
women stuff, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I am going to try the champagne saber though one day.
Yeah.
I got my tips and tricks from America's Test Kitchen. I just need to get the champagne bottles
Well,
ready.
wait, because you already have a saber and you just need
I'm
a
just gonna-
champagne bottle?
I'm just going to use a machete or something.
Oh,
Something
okay.
in the garage will work, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Bring Tom's hatchet.
One,
That'll
two, three.
Be great. Don't do it when I'm around. Yeah.
All
And
right.
One other thing, though, I will say about shows, I am fascinated now by these wilderness shows, and mostly it's on like Instagram Reels and not really like TV shows, like how to build a home in the wilderness, like how to make a fire. Like I'm pretty good at cooking on an open fire. Did you know that about me?
No.
You know what we need to play in a future podcast? 2 Truths and a Lie. We'll do that in a future podcast. Yeah, I'm very good at
Ooh.
cooking on an open fire. So I'm fascinated by sort of outdoor living, and so I'm like hanging on to these reels every single night before I go to sleep, watching how to build a structure in a snowstorm, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
So I am very much right now into watching explore.org, which has live animal webcams all over the world.
Yeah, that's
So I
cool.
tune into Africa. I'm obsessed with the gorillas.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with the bears in Katmai, Alaska. I am obsessed with this puppy facility in Virginia where all the dogs go to wounded warriors and veterans and things like
nice,
that.
Yeah.
But these live cams are just amazing. Elephants, tigers, lions, wolves. Explore.org if anybody's
look it up.
interested.
But Katmai is where the grizzlies are, right? Those aren't just bears. Those are giant
Right.
grizzly bears. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
And there's even alligators and crocodile cams.
Mm.
There's shark cams, like great whites and
Yeah.
anything you can imagine. Beluga whale cams.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. So anyway, we're both into the outdoors.
Yeah.
You can cook something on
Yeah,
the
sure,
grill
I'll do it.
while
Yeah.
I'm watching the gorillas,
Yeah.
and we'll have dinner.
Okay. That
Okay,
sounds great.
good. All right.
In front of your TV or mine.
Next topic. And I don't really have a great answer for this, but the most unusual place you have lived, and I am sure you have a good one.
Actually, it's not really that good, and I don't mean to disparage this hometown, but I used to live in Bangor, Maine, which is northern Maine. Actually, Maine is such a big state that if you took the state of Maine and you folded on a map and you folded it in half, Bangor falls on the lower end. So there's another whole span of Maine above that. But when I lived there, Bangor was a very kind of sleepy old town and kind of felt like I was in the wilderness. I
Mm.
went there for a love interest, and 2 years in, I'm like, look, if you ever get to a major metropolitan area, look me up. But I'm leaving Bangor. I think now it's
Are
much
we-
more. It's a,
if we're talking Boston, give me a jingle.
exactly right. No, right. So I wouldn't say that's necessarily unusual, but it was sort of unusual for me. But the most unusual place I have visited was Hanoi, Vietnam. I was able to go into Vietnam 2 weeks after the trade embargo was lifted in 1994. Americans were allowed into the country for the first time in like 20-something years. And I took a trip to Hanoi. And I'm by myself, by the way. This is a whole nother story for another podcast. But like, what was I thinking then? And I went to Hanoi, and I don't really know anything about it except Jane Fonda in front of those old gray
Yes.
buildings in Hanoi, right? And I got there, and I was shocked, pleasantly shocked. It's a gorgeous city. There's a beautiful lake in the middle of the city, and it was
Huh.
very, very, much more cosmopolitan than I thought it was going to be. So that would be my most unusual place to have visited, but yeah, not lived.
Okay, so my answer is going to be a very depressing one and is
Jail?
absolutely nothing.
Jail?
I haven't been to jail. I haven't been to jail. I've seen a lot of jails on TV, though. They don't look appealing to me at all. But anyway, I rented when I, was first to Florida and just starting out in my life, I rented a 1-bedroom room in a house that no longer exists on Siesta Key. It was on the water.
Oh.
And from my little twin bed in my room, I could touch the shower. I could touch the microwave. It didn't have a kitchen. I could touch the bathroom door. I could do a 360 and touch everything in that room. And I had a creepy landlord who promised me that she never went into my room.
Oh, yeah.
Watch me, but I would find her fake fingernails in the carpet.
Oh, gross. Oh, my God. In the shag carpet.
So- My most unusual place I've lived is a 1-bedroom apartment on Siesta Key with a fake fingernail lady.
How long were you there?
A year, maybe?
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
a year. I stuck it out. But
That's
it was
11
on the
months
water.
too long,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it was 11 months and 29 days too long.
Yeah.
All right. Quick fads, Susan. Let's just take it to another level here. Quick fads. What comes to mind?
Oh, fads. You're going to have to go first while I think of this. Was that on the list?
Oh.
Because I'm not prepared for this question.
I got
Jeez
a
Louise,
lot of I got a
fads.
lot of like whatever diet.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
well,
the
there's
keto,
all
the
those.
Mediterranean,
Yeah.
Atkins, paleo, cleanses, your blood diet, the blood type diet. Remember that? Like if you're a
Yeah,
O2 negative,
yeah,
you
I've
got to
heard of
eat
it.
this way.
Yeah, yeah,
blah,
yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Another fad, Cabbage Patch Kids,
Oh, okay.
Beanie Babies, fidget
Right.
spinners, silly bands. I don't know. That's what comes to mind.
So I have a funny story about my mother, who was a very straight-laced kind of, faith-based girl, and she died, and I was in charge of, going through her things and getting rid of stuff and so on and so forth. So I came across 3 things in her possessions that I was shocked at. Okay, the first was she had a baseball card collection, like a real baseball card collection.
Wow.
Now, in the entire 60 years I knew my mother, not once did she ever say, "Oh, I got to hang up, honey. The Red Sox are on now." I got to turn the radio on to like never. Like I have no idea where this came from. What were those little animal things that you used to get at McDonald's when you bought, you bought something
Like a little free toy?
I think Beanie Babies.
Beanie
Yeah, they were
Baby.
Beanie Babies, right? So she had a collection of Beanie Babies. Who knew about the collection of Beanie Babies?
Wow.
And then she had an original first edition of Playgirl magazine with Bert Reynolds in the centerfold. And I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. This is a woman that I knew as a pious, church-going, straight-laced girl. She's got baseball card collection, Beanie Baby collection, and Burt Reynolds. And I can see in her head what she's thinking. These will be worth something someday. These will be worth something someday. Well, let me tell you, Mom, they were worth nothing. I got nothing for any of it, but thanks for saving it.
Did you hang on to the magazine?
Oh, I got it.
You gotta hang on to
I
the
probably
magazine.
did. Now, the magazine is probably someplace. I don't know. But the other stuff I definitely got rid of.
You got to
And
put
made
that on your
nothing of.
coffee table
Right.
so when
In fact,
friends
the Beanie
come
Babies
over.
I had to bring. I said, well, bring it to an orphanage. And we don't do orphanages anymore. But bring it to the hospital. The kids will like it. So, I mean, they were in the original bags. I mean, they weren't nothing.
It's funny we do that, don't we? We all do that. Like get
Yeah,
into
it'll
little
be
trinkets and
worth
we're like,
something
oh,
someday.
this
Yeah.
we're gonna hit the big time
Right.
with these quarters,
Yeah.
with this $50,
Yeah.
with this silver dollar.
Speaking of that, there are coins that we don't use. Is Susan B. Anthony coin still in circulation? Do you know?
Not a
We got-
clue.
We got to find that out. And then the $2 bill, which I always thought was the cutest thing ever, but nobody ever knows anything, and no one ever uses the $2 bill.
Can you use them today?
Well, I don't know. This is what I'm asking.
I mean,
you.
I'm sure I have some.
Okay, yeah, we'll have
I've
to
got
find
them.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who knows? I'm gonna hit it big with that $2
Right,
bill.
There you go.
All right, and lastly, let's do this one. Some isms. I was thinking. Well, and I have to tell you, as I was thinking about this show today, I thought I was watching a rerun of Duck Dynasty. So some of my isms are kind of Duck Dynasty-ish.
Okay,
Like the grass
Less
is always
West
greener on the other side.
Virginia.
And bless your heart, raining cats and dogs. You getting too big for your britches. Running all over hell's half acre. Have you heard that one?
Yeah.
And sell the Lord a Bible.
Sell the Lord a Bible. Now, what does that mean
Oh,
exactly? Like
you're so
bring coals
slick.
to Newcastle?
No, you're so slick. You could sell the Lord a Bible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's my father had an expression. She could talk a dog off a meat truck. When there was
What does that mean?
Well, when there was somebody who was just talking all the time, like the dog would finally be like, "Okay, like I'll get off just to shut you up." Oh my God.
Well, I mean, another one like stir it up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
stir the
Stir it
pot.
up. Don't
Yeah.
stir the pot.
Right.
Stirring something. Anyway, I loved this. I
Yeah.
loved this podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. It's a 7 words game.
Okay, good. Well,
I can't
we'll
wait
play
to do
from
it
time to
again.
time. Yeah, I know we can't do it every week because that'll get
No,
old.
we don't have enough words.
Long in the tooth.
Yeah,
isn't.
long in the tooth. The dog would jump off the meat. The dog is jumping from the meat. Okay.
Oh my God.
So we hope you all enjoyed the podcast today, and we hope that we put a little chuckle in your
Buckle.
spirit. Yeah, as Susan says, chuckle in your buckle. But we really appreciate the support and the love that you guys show to us, and we're enjoying the heck out of doing our show. So stay strong, dream big, and dream bigger than you've ever imagined. And that is a 7-word game. Rapparoni. We thank you for listening and hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please share this show with friends and family and subscribe to our YouTube channel. This way, you'll never miss weekly drops. Stay strong, dream big, and floss your teeth.